Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Get your ass in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, swing, swing. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, nigga. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, nigga. What up, boys?
Yo, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Unguarded with our Border Wars fighter, Donel. I'll fight anybody. Fernandez. What's going on, Donel? Welcome back. Thank you for signing back up. Thank you for jumping back in the ring and doing some battle. Looking to get that W in the win column after two back-to-back losses. But people don't know, man, that you stepped it up tremendously. Your first fight was a former pro, and your second fight is a guy that won the Golden Gloves and went to the Nationals, man. I bring you Donel. I'll fight anybody. Fernandez. Donel, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm well. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Hopefully you guys' day is going well.
Yeah, man. I mean, my day's going well. What about you, Praying Mantis?
Yeah, I'm thankful, man. Thankful that we get an opportunity to hear from, Donel one more time, man. Looking to bring it back into the ring for Border Wars and entertain the fans, man.
Definitely. So, Donel, man, what brings you back to Border Wars for this particular season? 11, Wisconsin, Watertown. They say it's going down over there. What's bringing you back?
Man, I made it something in my life to never lose and end something. So I can't go out on this L. I can't do that. I care too much about my reputation. I know that I'm too good of a fighter. I know what I put into this, and I refuse to just go out on the loss.
Definitely. So what have you been doing since your last fight with Border Wars?
I've been training off and on. Unfortunately, I had caught COVID again, which is crazy. So I've definitely just been recovering from that. It's crazy. You a two-time homeowner. Josh was a two-time champion. I'm a two-time COVID survivor. So I'm trying to bounce back. I definitely been back in the gym. Finally had a consistent week of training. Did some sparring on Tuesday. So just getting my mind right, getting ready to bring a W.
Damn. So it doesn't sound like you are sure that you're gonna have a smooth, efficient training camp. And I mean, once again, you're taking on another tough task. I don't know. I mean, this guy's a boxer. He's a kickboxer. He's coming to this fight with three other stablemates, so they're coming to get a win as a team. You got to take this one serious, Donel. You can't be half training anymore out there because it's starting to pile up on the resume, man.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. And I'm definitely getting my mind right, getting my cardio right, working in the lab with my trainer to do everything that I can to make sure that I leave Watertown with this W.
Now, are you working with a new trainer or anybody, who's actually training you for this one?
So I've been at Mustafa's gym consistently. Before I was going between Mustafa and Sugarbird's gym, but I finally found a home in Mustafa's gym. There's finally like a stable of guys around my size that I can train with and get some work with. So definitely been taking heed to everything. He says that guy is a boxing genius. Working on tightening up my defense and I'll be ready June 12th.
That's definitely a good look. Mustafa Mickens, plenty of people appreciate his boxing knowledge and the way that he trains his fighters. Francis, man.
Yeah.
Unguarded, Donel Fernandez, brother. What are you thinking, man?
Listen, man, you just got off, cooking, so I was letting you cook. I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but I'm excited to see Donel put on another performance. Now, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna let you know, and if you forgot, I'm gonna remind you that when Donel fought in Border Wars 9 in Dallas, Texas, he had a broken nose. So given that the dog that he is, he stepped up, you know what I mean, and he still fought nonetheless. right now a sizzling Corey Frank in Border Wars, looking to not only claim for the pound for pound spot, but the title, you know what I'm saying, of the best at 168 or 160. So I'm it's crazy to see Donel stepping back in there, and I can't wait for him to put hands on whoever it is. I'm pretty sure he wants to prove himself like he got right there, and for me, that's all I need to know. It's just about the training. He's with Mustafa, and he's getting the proper training, so it's up to Donel right now to really hone in, lock in, and show the people what he's about, because like you said, Ness, it's piling up on the resume, man. Another L, you know what I'm saying, it's not the end of him, but it won't be great.
Nah, I mean, listen. Mentally, it's got to be something difficult to deal with. Is that even playing in the back of your mind? Because, I mean, a third straight loss, wow. You know, I mean, you know, especially in this day and age where wins and losses are so important to the fight fans, right?
Man, to be honest, that's my biggest fear. I've never had a fear of getting hurt in the fight, and I've never been physically hurt in any of the fights that I've came out from. It's just been the mental thing. That's been the most taxing thing. Having to call my girl and be like, damn, I lost again. Feeling like that shit sucks. That shit is terrible. And I just, honestly, I don't know if I could do it again. I don't want to do it. I refuse to let myself do that. I feel like I was in two highly contested fights with, like you said, a former pro and somebody that's taking it to the next level, going to nationals. And I definitely, I showed my own. I showed that I belong in there. I'm not getting out here blasted out. And my next opponent he's going to see how good I am. I know how good I am. And I have to show the people that I'm here to stay and I'm a winner.
So are you saying that you understand exactly what fighters who fought in Border Wars who take an L or a couple L's and they either take some time off or they don't return? Are you saying the mental pressure of Border Wars is tough? For sure.
For sure. I can empathize with anybody that's taking an L. For me, I never doubted myself though. I can't speak for the other guys that have taken L's. I've never doubted myself that I had the ability. It's just turning it up a notch to see what I need to do in order to get over that hurdle and get the judges to see me as a winner. I've lost a split decision and a majority decision, so I just need to turn it around, but from the judges or get a stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I look at your style in both fights. I see that you smother yourself. Now, maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, and maybe it's your opponent falling over into you, but I see that the work becomes smothered, and what's visible to the judges are like shovel hooks to the body or solar plex section where depending on what angle you're judging from, you may or may not see. So you, Donel Fernandez, may or may not get credit for. Are you working on trying to keep some distance between you and your opponent so that the work that you do is noticeable?
Yes, for sure. I'm definitely trying to work off my jab, stay in the middle of the ring. My game plan for my two former opponents, my two past opponents, was to get in close and work inside because they were taller and had the longer arms. So I didn't want to give them the advantage to hit me on the end of their punches. But from what I've been told, I haven't actually seen this gentleman that I'm fighting. But friends have told me he's about my size. So I definitely want to keep him on the end of my jab and land more noticeable punches so I can get credit where credit is due for my work that I'm doing.
What weight you fighting at?
I believe this fight's at 140.
140? How much tall are you?
5'6".
5'6"?
Yeah.
You should be at 135 for real. But what you weigh right now?
Right now I'm at 148.
Oh, that's pretty decent. What's your boxing style?
Boxing style, I can switch. I definitely I prefer to jab on the outside.
Why do you be switching?
That's something that I was taught when I first got in the game to switch to throw people off.
What hand you right with? What hand you right with, and what hand you throw a ball with or shoot a ball with?
My right hand is my dominant hand.
Oh, okay. I feel like you should master that before you start trying to switch and just go right into confusing people.
That's
Because
how I
when
be
you don't
feeling.
understand the fundamentals of boxing right off the titty nip, it's kind of hard to be switching because you don't even understand what punches work as a novice for left-handers and
Well,
right, and how to
he
defend
not
left
a
and right.
novice. He got 3 amateur fights and he
That's
got
a novice. That's
three
considered
Border
a
Wars
novice
fights.
in the amateurs. Ness.
I know,
You
but he
gotta-
got 3 amateur fights and 3 Border Wars fights, you know? So
That's still a novice.
got a little bit of
When you get out of
experience.
novice division, you got more than 12 fights.
I thought it was
That's
more than
considered
10.
a novice. A novice.
Thought it was more than 10.
You more than 10 or 12. That's when you considered a novice and you still in your early stages. So I'm saying that to say, I feel like to help you, give you some little advice, master the right hand first. Put the right hand in the back. Second, you had COVID twice, my G. So evidently something in your diet is not right. You got to change that. Because ain't no keep catching COVID and surviving. How old are you?
He young.
30.
30? Too young to be catching that. I don't even know what you eating. You from
He
Atlanta?
work in a hotel. He work in a hotel
Yeah.
clerk. Hotel clerk. He dealing with people daily, man.
Oh, okay. That's not no excuse.
Ah.
You still got to feed yourself. You are most important, not your hotel. Because if you don't govern your own diet, then you won't even be working no more. You can't cheat the body that makes the money. So I'm telling you how to cultivate. You in Atlanta working with Mustafa. You around good people. It's your diet, and then you really gotta all that switching and all. Master the right hand and master how to box and use the left jab and hook off the jab and pivot and jab to the body. Learn that first, because when you get in there switching, now that's not gonna do nothing. Because you don't even know. As a novice, it's hard to get things done. And he fought Corey Frank before.
Yeah. Nah.
That's the fight I watched.
Yeah. He did fight Corey.
That's the fight
That
I
was
watched.
his last
with
fight.
Corey. Yeah, y'all was smothering each other because I remember Ness asked me to watch the fight, and the first thing I knew is they didn't know how to control the distance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you was like, well, which one is Corey? I said, it don't matter. They both is this close to each other trying to. No, you gotta know how to keep them at medium range, and that's all, bro. Like I was telling my man Francis, it takes time, and you have to keep working, but you have to get your diet together, because you getting sick is. And work on your defense. That's really all, bro. It take time.
So what have you been doing since that last Border Wars fight? Has anything changed, or you think your training has remained the same due to your lifestyle and obviously work schedule?
Yeah, so I will say work schedule has hampered some of my training, but I've definitely been watching more. I've been studying more film. So watching people like Cool Boy Steph, that's one of my favorite fighters to watch right now, and just seeing how smooth he is with his defense and transitioning from offense to defense, defense to offense. So just trying to not so much emulate, but just trying to get some inspiration from that, and then just ramping up on my cardio, because I could say from the third round I was really gassed. So just trying to make sure that I'm able to close the fight strong.
So what are you
work
doing?
Definitely.
What are you doing for cardio?
Running, sprints, not mountains. I'm sorry. Stairs, running up stairs, all those things. And I interchange the workouts.
Listen, my man, and I'm not telling you not to do cardio. Keep doing what you're doing. You can do cardio every day, but experience is what makes you relaxed in there. So work on your defense. The better your defense is, bro, nobody can get you flustered, because you can stuff the punches, catch the punches, slip the punches, and it slows the guy down. He gets reluctant to punch, and he starts being hesitant. And once he starts hesitating, that's when you start clipping him and coming up under. Work on you. After you do your sprints, work on defense, head movement, practice catching the jab. I want y'all guys to look good at Border Wars, so I'm only going to give you mad advice because I'm a head coach. So I just want you to make sure that your defense is sound, because boxing is protect yourself at all times and hit and not get hit. So that's
Agreed.
2/3 defense, 1/3 offense. And when you look at the 4 criteria of a round, it's ring generalship, defense again, effective aggression, and accurate punching. The only thing that trumps all 4 of those is defense. If you have good defense, the person can't be a good ring general against you. His aggression will not be effective, and he will not land accurate punches. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so make sure your defense is sound. That is the secret to the game. You can run 30 miles. You think people don't be running 10 miles when they be in there with Floyd, my G? And when they get in there and they still get tired. So defense is what saves the day. That's all, bro. Just keep working, doing your thing.
All good offense,
that.
man. All good offense, right? I mean, Dillian White, he suffered a knockdown and a knockout in that Povetkin fight. And he came out and he changed things up by shaking things up. First round, he jumped on his man. And really, I think Povetkin was never able to recover from that. Like, he used so much energy in that round, he just wasn't able to recover. Dillian had faster recovery time, and while recovering, still was doing enough work to continue to win rounds. So, yeah, man, definitely, different things you can do. But I recommend sparring. Nothing.
Yeah, sparring, man.
Nothing mimics a fight like a fight. So the more you're in a fight, the calmer and cooler you're gonna be.
There's no cap. There's no lie about that, man. Trust me. Like one thing I can say, and I've always knew, like when I played soccer and I played basketball, I always wanted to. I hate doing the drills and stuff, but I understood the drills and stuff was necessary, obviously, to get your whatever tight, you know what I'm saying? But actually playing for me was it. So it's like boxing, you know what I'm saying? I know you can get hurt sparring, but if you can get some type of just the sparring of moving around and actually simulating ducking punches, throwing punches, I love that aspect of it, man, because for me, that's how my mind works, you know what I mean? It's like I'm hitting this bag and stuff, it's not hitting bag, and I'm trying to dip, trying to simulate somebody throwing a punch. How about somebody actually do throw a punch so I can actually move, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little better for me.
Bro, your heart rate automatically increases when there's another man on the other side. If you going ham on a bag, you're going ham on a bag. There's no sense of threat or danger because the bag ain't gonna all of a sudden grow some hands. But MJR Boxing says defense wins championships. Sure does, man.
Agreed.
So Donel, man, I'm really trying to focus on training, man, because obviously, with 2 back-to-back losses, I would be questioning what am I doing before the fight? Who is preparing me for this fight? Because those are the things that I can change. Those are the things that obviously need to be changed. So for your first fight, who trained you versus Ricky Swift? Because, obviously that day you beat the hell out of him, but you kind of took his name. You were the one looking swift. What are the differences between first fight and second fight training camp for you?
So that's when I was living in Maryland. So I had a trainer by the name of Clint out of Annapolis, Maryland. And then I literally relocated to Atlanta 2 weeks before that Ricky Swift fight. And then from there, I really never had a boxing I never had a home, so I was just going back and forth between Sugarbird's gym and mainly just training myself. So I was under the eye of somebody for that Ricky Swift fight for sure. Well, at least leading up to it.
So you definitely had someone to tell you when you was doing something wrong or right in the gym.
Correct, yes. And then going into the JD fight, I don't want to discredit. There was a guy, his name was Bill Bradley. He actually fought Glenn Johnson. He was working with me a little bit out of Sugarbird's gym, and he was giving me some pointers. But for my last 2 fights, honestly, I was kind of training myself and then just getting sparring where I couldn't get it. That's why just sparring guys up to 175 pounds. But like I said, with Mustafa's gym, he keeps it organized. He puts me in there with people my size, and he's watching to see how I can improve.
Now, how is that sparring in front of Mustafa, because honestly, I would be a little bit intimidated the way we
Sorry,
see him.
again, my apologies.
The way we see him throw his guys in there, and some of them are getting banged up, man. Some of them are getting, I don't know that I love the way that he lets them go balls to the wall in the sparring, man.
There's definitely days where he'll say stuff that, okay, we're doing tactical sparring today, guys, and then we're going hard for it. So he's a pretty good character as to where people's levels are at. And like I listened to the interview with Mac Truck, there's a lot of people that just pull up that are talking shit and are trying to make a name off somebody in the gym, and he'll let them just go at him. But if it's controlled sparring from two people he knows, he'll definitely get in there and mediate on what needs to be mediated. If he sees he's definitely a good coach. That was unfortunate, that clip that surfaced of the guy getting hit behind the head, but I can honestly say from being there, that clip wasn't a good depiction of what really goes on in that gym. It really is a good camaraderie in there. But to your original question, I'm no more nervous sparring in front of him than when I sparred at any other gym. It's at the end of the day, it's me against the other man in the ring.
Have you told him, your intentions for June 2nd? Does he know that he's preparing you for a fight, or does he just think he's training a kid that likes boxing?
As of now, he's just training me. I haven't told him as of yet, because he's had 3 back-to-back pro shows, so he's been kind of out of it a little bit. But after this show, I think Mac Truck actually fights tonight. Then I know he has another fighter fighting May 5th. Then I'll try to get some one-on-one time with him. But there's a bunch of trainers in that gym. One good one being his brother. That they'll critique me, and then when we actually get to sparring, then that's when he's giving me the trying to give me some X's and O's and things like that.
Donel. As somebody that rocks with you, man, you've got to lock in one of them dudes from now to like every time you hit the gym to tighten you up for June 12th, man. Like, what I mean? Right. Figure out a way to have one of them. Just let him. It might not be Mustafa because he might be busy, because boxing is picking up. You know what I'm saying? It's picking up right now. It's gaining momentum. So a lot of dates are opening up and shows are being had. So, always opportunities for the pro fighters to get chances. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that can at least just give you for the next few weeks. Just, just make sure you're right. Make sure your foot's where it's supposed to be. Like simple things that, you might have let go during the whole time you've been off from being in the gym. You know what I mean? And getting you ready, man. Personally, man. I'm telling you. Very
important fight. I mean, if you win and Corey loses, right? Marcus Robert Johnson is very experienced. Then you've earned your way back to that rematch.
Okay, definitely. I'm taking all this is great advice that I'm getting, so I'm definitely retaining it, and we'll definitely act on it all.
Because here, what happened for me, like when you spar, he gonna be like, yeah, okay, bet, like, oh no, don't do that. That was a bad punch or whatnot. But if he knows you got to fight and what kind of fight you having, what you got to do, now the person, whoever it is a trainer, has an idea of what needs to be done. You know what I mean? Now they're looking at you, okay, bet, like we're actually preparing for a fight. So let's see you work on this. Let's see you work on that. Let's see how you do this. So the next time you come in the gym, they'll be more inclined to be working towards the goal, which is the next fight, versus just working towards you getting better as a boxer.
Okay. Understood.
We got Marcus Robert Johnson, who says, who is Donel boxing June 12th? He's actually taking on one of your guys from Wisconsin. Yep. He's taking on Malik Johnson. But it's either Johnson or Smith. It's the 140-pounder who just had a fight 2 weeks ago or in 2 weeks at 135. At 135. But yeah, man. I mean, look, man, there's not much to say, Donel. It's time to,
Hey, I will say this, though. Failure is the road to success, and failures are gifts. So don't ever look at failures like it's a failure is only a failure if you're not consistent. If you quit, then you fail. But long as you keep getting up and working, then you good. But failures are gifts, so you can find out what mistakes that need to be, you need to take heed to. So just remember that, and don't be so, hey man, I gotta call my girl and tell her I lost again. Hey,
I mean,
man.
it sounds like the same mistake though. Just being honest, is the same mistake. It sounds like he's not finding the time to put the training in. Because
well, whenever somebody fighting, they gonna make the time for what they want to do. If you ain't training, then why are you fighting? I'm not on here to sugarcoat it with you. If you can get hurt in sparring. Or in a fight. So you got to be taking this serious, bro. You can't be playing. Because if I come to Atlanta, I will come directly to your gym because I got mad family in the A. And I got a homie to be at Mustafa's. I got people to be around. So, I take it serious. I don't care if I'm sparring or whatever. Take it serious and find time. There is no excuse. You can shadow box every day. You don't need no equipment. Shadow boxing is how you get better. A lot of these guys, Andre Ward shadow box an hour before he worked with Verge. 45 minutes, bro. So you really gotta, boxing is a poor man's sport. It's one of the only sports you can walk into a gym with nothing and make something out of yourself. So you ain't no excuse. Cause I was homeless as a pro. I stayed on the Port of Oakland in a trailer, bro. So ain't really no excuse. And I still got up, trained, and went back to my trailer in the freezing cold and got work. And I never complained. I still was on the internet and everything. So get your work in and stop making excuses.
All right.
Well, we got LV Slugger that says, what led to that K-Champ clip? Was he getting beat up? He talking to you. That clip that went viral. The dude's name in the video was K Camp.
Oh, okay. I wasn't there that day, but I'm not too sure. I believe from what I heard from being around the gym, there was just a lot of talking during the sparring. But I don't want to speak on it because I wasn't there for sure that day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Donel, real quick, what's your what's your numbers looking like in terms of like when you running? How much miles you running? How much time you doing your miles in? Because in the chat we like to compete with our numbers, especially if you got an Apple.
He in that chat, man. He be quiet. He don't be saying nothing. He don't be posting no numbers.
He in the chat, man. For everybody who don't know, he be in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I come from a track and field background, so I've never. I never run a mile in more than 6 minutes and 40 seconds. I always keep it, if I'm on the treadmill, I keep it at an incline of 2 and 8.5 speed.
Yeah.
And I'm usually hitting between 3 and 5 miles.
And that's every time you run.
Just ain't track though. This is not track. Remember that.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, he's not a hater, man. That's how he talk.
No. He's not hating. He's definitely he's giving me his words and speaking some wisdom into me. So I appreciate it.
So tell us what you're most excited about, man. For this June 12th card, man. Watertown, Wisconsin.
I'm excited to get out there and show what I can really do, what I know that I'm capable of doing. I know that I'm a better fighter than my last 2 fights have led on for the people to see. I'm ready to go out there and make a name for myself the way that I made a name for myself the first time I fought in this series.
Love it. I love it, man. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we got a question from the people. Donel, I'll fight anybody Fernandez. Listen, and this time, you got the IBO medallions that you could potentially be receiving when you win. Be a part of the IBO medallion championship group. Also, 400 to 500 people out there in Wisconsin. It's going to be live stream on the BP Network app. Jesus, you don't want to miss this one, man. This one's about to be under the lights. All of the lights. Yo. Let me get started. Let me get cooking. I'm excited. I wish I could find this one, but you know how it go, man. You gotta take care of business first. Make sure everything is good. Just don't cheat the sparring. Don't cheat the workouts, because it will show. It will show, man. It gonna show. You know, man. And pretty much put it like this. I'm learning now that when you ask an athlete, like, what happened, is because you already know what happened. You just want them to tell you what happened. You understand it? Because it showed.
100%. 100%.
Well, Donel, that is all the questions, man. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on. We wish you the best. We hope to do another update on your training camp. We got about 56 days left. And I want to hear that you and Mustafa been working and y'all doing some pad work and he's giving you a game plan. At least let him watch your tape. Let me tell you, man, I relocated and I already had 3 different trainers watch my tape. You know, it's embarrassing. You know, I'll show him all the fights, and then the saddest part is that my last fight is the one I look the best, but he's the shortest person. And then my last sparring is Polite Coffee, and I'm turning my back, and I got a Shana. So it's a tough process, but it will help you get better because they at least know what they're working with. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to show them the tape.
Okay.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Donel, I'll fight anybody. Fernandez, you want to give out any social media for those that want to follow you and see what you're going to do June 12th, Watertown, Wisconsin.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for all the words of encouragement and kind of the kick in the ass to get up and get out here to take this as serious as I know that I can. If y'all want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Fernandez World. That's FERNANDES _ WORLD.
All right, brother. Well, thank you once again. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of Unguarded. Look for some more coming up this week. Francis, why don't you give out this week's schedule for Unguarded interviews, starting with what we got? Monday, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Sean Jones will be on the show, and that's gonna be at what time? 1 o'clock.
Nope. That's
5 o'clock.
that should
5
be
o'clock.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is when that's gonna be, and then on Tuesday,
we got Steven Rivera, his episode of Unguarded, and he's gonna be at 3 o'clock.
Yep. And on Wednesday, we got the Real Tank from DC making his return to Border Wars. That will be at 2 o'clock. And then on Friday, we have the heavyweight, you know what I'm saying, who's knocking people out. Smoke 'em Out Jay, he'll be 3 o'clock on Friday. And on Saturday, we have our first virtual press conference, Unguarded, between Mario, Alvario Munguia versus Show Kid. Saturday, 11 a.m.
You're saying Saturday.
Okay.
And on Saturday, we also have Lidslow at 1 p.m. for his Unguarded. That same Saturday. We working.
All right.
But other news to come, so keep it locked, all right?
All right.
I'm excited.
Yo, Nets GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
And the next one being
in a few hours, right? What time is let me check my Dazn real quick, see what they got going on. It ain't even start till 3, right?
Yeah. Right now they're doing the prelude, but yeah, I think it starts at 3. The card starts at 3, and then 5 o'clock. Andrade should be on 5, 6.
We got another super chat that we probably didn't get to from MRJ, who says, "Yeah, baby, TBV." When's MRJ? You scheduled him yet?
Yeah, we're making that happen right now. We just gotta, pull a few things together.
All right.
We'll talk in the background.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Peace.
All right.